Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another in-depth review here on NNT Auto Reviews. This one is just a little bit of a special one in the fact that it is a 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee in the Trackhawk trim level. Now this is just going to be a review on what makes the Trackhawk different than the more sort of civilized Grand Cherokees, since we just did a review on a Laredo E with the Upland package. Check that out if you want even more information about the Grand Cherokee, but this is simply just going to focus on the Trackhawk trim level. So I'm not quite sure how well you can see the window stickers since we're in the shade and the windows are tinted, but that's a good thing because the window tinting keeps the pesky people from looking on you and also the sun. But as far as what Jeep sets up their window sticker as, so you pretty much have all of your standard equipment over here, some continued standard equipment down over here where it says the optional equipment. We're going to go over all of the options since this car is so loaded it's not even crazy. It's almost $100,000. We also have some fuel economy information, government crash ratings, and some parts content. We'll go over all that stuff briefly, but as far as the options go, we have the signature leather wrapped interior package, which gives us the upgraded Laguna performance seats over the leather and suede seats. So we have the upgraded leather package, the high performance audio system, which gives us obviously a high performance audio system, which we'll get into. We have the red seat belts for an extra $95. We have the dual pane panoramic sunroof for an extra $2,095. We have the compact spare tire kit. We also have the 20-inch black wheels, the satin black wheels, and then we also have the 3-season tires. We have a $1,445 destination fee for a total sticker price of $98,910. Down here we have some warranty information. Up here again our fuel economy, government safety ratings, and over here we have our parts content. So I'm going to read you off that 27% of the parts come from Mexico, 61% of the parts come from US or Canada. We have the final assembly point in Detroit. Country of origin for the engine, transmission, the engine is from the United States, and the transmission, uniquely enough, is from Germany. Alrighty, so taking a look at the side profile of the beautiful Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, we have the Redline 2 Pearl Coat as the option, the color option that we're looking at right now. There are 9 different color options available on the Trackhawk trim, and the wheelbase stands at 114.7 inches, just like all the other Grand Cherokees. Now what I want to say in the beginning of the video is every time I start this truck up, it just gives me the chills. Like, that's how loud and mean this truck sounds. You really have to go to your dealer in person and just experience it. It's just something that you will not ever experience ever again. And wrapping around to the rear profile, all-wheel drive obviously comes standard on the Trackhawk. Alright, so let's get straight into it with the details of the exterior, and we're going to start off on the front with the headlamps. So they are bifunction, meaning that one single bulb is used for both your high and low beams. Bifunction HID projector bulbs with the LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, headlight washers right over there with a little square. You have this real nice gloss black accents that go around the headlights and around the grille too. The typical seven slats for the grille for Jeeps. You have an extra air intake right down below the main grille, and you also have more air intakes down at the bottom. You can see that we have parking sensors that go all the way across the front bumper, even down the side for your cross traffic alert. And we also have our little sensor there for the adaptive cruise control, which is pretty cool. And right over here is a little cutout for our tow hook, in case you really wanted to take this thing to the track and trailer it home. There you go. Just a very aggressive front end to this Trackhawk. Take a look at that hood. We have some creases towards the side, but that's not the important part. The important part is actually these heat extracting vents that are absolutely functional. I can feel heat coming off of them right now. Very awesome looking. So they actually take heat out of the engine instead of taking it in. One more thing I wanted to point out, on most SUVs like the Grand Cherokee, most of them will come with some plastic cladding that goes all the way around the wheel arches, down the side and everything. This one is just one solid color, and that's body color, and it makes it look really cool. So we do have 20-inch aluminum wheels. These are an optional wheel choice, painted in satin black. You could also get like a machine finished wheel choice as standard. As you see in nice big lettering, our front tires measure 295/45. We have some 6-piston calipers by Brembo and 2-piece ventilated rotors, which is pretty awesome. We also have Bilstein high performance suspension in there, and it is adaptable with, I believe, 5 different modes, which is also awesome. We also have a wheel lock in there too, so that nobody steals these beautiful wheels. Satin black. Taking a look up here, first looking at your mirrors, they're body colored. And I'll flip around so that you can see the turn signals and the blind spot warning a little bit better. Flipping around once more, we can see that the windows are surrounded in the nice gloss black, even on the pillars and whatnot. Down here we have our Grand Cherokee supercharged emblem, looking pretty cool. We have smart key entry on both the front door handles. And back here our tires are the same size, so 295/45, 20-inch wheels, the wheel lock. We have the ventilated disc brakes back here, and it looks like multi-piston calipers. Not sure how many pistons there are, but it looks like definitely at least 2 back here. Pirelli branded tires as well. You can also get, instead of the 3-season tires, these actually are the 3-season tires. You could also get the all-season tires. So these are the more performance-oriented tires. We have the gas cap on the driver's side. Taking a walk around back. Still really aggressive looking back here. You definitely know it's a special Grand Cherokee, not just any run-of-the-mill Grand Cherokee. We got a nice large spoiler back here. We have the shark fin antenna and the panoramic sunroof up there too. We have our third wiper, and are making our way down. We have LED tail lights. Pretty cool looking. And back here we have the completely glossed out Jeep emblem, which looks really cool in my opinion. If we take a look down here, we see the backup camera, and a little bit lower we have the trunk release. We have all gloss black pretty much down here, even on the sides of the bumper protector where it's flat black right up here. However, the whole diffuser, it's a bit dirty because this car was transferred from Massachusetts. Just goes to show you how hard it is to get one of these things. It is actually sold. It has a sold window sticker in it. So pretty cool opportunity to get to check this out. Nonetheless, we have the gloss black diffuser there. And we also have our quad exhaust outlets in the gloss black. By the way, you could also tow up to 7,200 pounds with the Trackhawk, which is pretty awesome. You also have the parking sensors that go all the way across, even down the side again for your rear cross traffic alert. Just take a look at that. It's not every day that you're going to see a Trackhawk Jeep. Alright, so everybody that is watching this video should know what powers this beast, but let's go ahead and take a look at it, just in case you don't. Alright, so yes, it is that famous supercharged 6.2 liter Hemi that powers the Hellcat Charger and Challenger, same exact engine. So of course it'll produce 707 horsepower, that famous 707 horsepower, at 6,000 RPM and 645 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM. And I will tell you that is enough to get this 5,500 pound SUV to 60 in just 3.5 seconds. That's just crazy. See, the supercharger is right up top. You have the pulley for the supercharger right over there. And the rest of your pulleys and belts are out front. You see the valve covers are actually painted orange, which is pretty cool. And you have some nice engine cover right there. It's a supercharged Hemi. You have the SRT logo right up front. You have our nice air intake right over here. Nice big system for the air intake, which you're going to need for 707 horsepower. We have some fluid reservoirs or strut towers. It's like some computer units over here, a coolant overflow. Pretty clean engine bay, not a whole lot going on. I mean, obviously you have the bolt-on supercharger, which is pretty awesome, but looks like a relatively easy engine to work on. And the engine oil grade is 0W40. The SRT engines usually take a little bit of a thicker oil. Nonetheless, let's hear this thing start up. Okay, so again, this does have the smart key entry. I'm not going to waste time showing it off because it's on pretty much every Grand Cherokee. If you wanted to see it, check out my video that I did on the Laredo E Grand Cherokee. So the Trackhawk does come with a total of 4 different interior options. We have 2 different grades of material. We have just a normal leather and suede. And then we also have this Laguna leather, which is just beautiful. And we can choose between 2 different colors with the Laguna leather. You can either choose between a red or a black like we have here. And then with the normal leather and suede, we can either choose between a saddle color and then more of black color like this. So pretty much with the Laguna leather, everything is just leather wrapped, even down here where nobody's quite frankly ever going to touch, and stitched and everything. Just feels very premium, a lot more premium than any Jeep that I've ever seen, really ever before. Obviously leather up here. We have some carbon fiber and chrome accenting with the door handle and the accents over here. We have some more stitching, very soft armrests. Even more stitching with some perforated leather right over here. We have all of our window controls, lock unlock, mirror controls over there. We have, it looks like, let's see here, 3 speakers on the door. And as you can read right there, it is a 19 speaker Harman Kardon audio system. It is optional and it's right around $2,000. 10 speaker audio system does come standard. We also have the 2-person memory for the driver's seat. In these pockets we have a little bin right over here and then a cup holder. Moving on to the left of the dash, we have some cool metal surrounds with the air vents, some more carbon fiber and chrome accents. We have all of our lighting control over here with the gauge dimmer and a fuel door release. Down here we have the hood release, the parking brake, and the normal pedals. Also down here we have this nice supercharged plaque for the door sills. We also have button-in carpeted floor mats that are not installed at the moment, but you can also see over here this tilt and telescoping steering wheel that's fully powered, so you can move it in, out, up and down however you like, and it's fully powered. Take a look at these seats. It does say Trackhawk embedded in the seats, and as you can see, it's all natural Laguna premium leather. Pretty awesome. And I can say that these leather seats are very sticky, so that when you're going around a track, they'll definitely hold you in, which is a very good thing. You can see that the center of the seat is completely perforated. You have some nice stitching on the sides, over here, pretty much all the way around. You have 4-way lumbar, and then plus your normal seat controls. But now for a rather exciting part, let's hop in and check out the interior of the Trackhawk. So here is the famous red key for the Hellcat and Trackhawk. This one in particular being bespoke, saying that it is a Trackhawk, which I like that. Pretty cool over there. And then we also have our unlock lock buttons. We have a trunk release, remote start, and a panic alarm. And then a physical key on the inside that you need to release this little lever, and that'll come right out if you need it. Now, as you guys might know, the Hellcats come with both a red key and a black key. This car will come with 2 red keys, so however, as an option, you can get the restricted black key, which restricts your power, I believe, to around 500 horsepower, which is still plenty. But this key, the red key in both the Hellcats and the Trackhawk, will unlock the full 707 horsepower. So, pretty neat there with the key system they have. But all you need to do, obviously, to start the car is just make sure the key is on the inside, your foot's on the brake, and you hit that bespoke red engine start stop logo. Oh man, would you listen to that? Okay, so before we start off any of the interior portions, I was just kind of sitting in the car, letting it idle for a little while, just checking out what's different on the Trackhawk than the regular Grand Cherokee. And you just get the sense that you're in a very special car, a very fast car. Some may say it's unrefined, but I say it adds to the character. This car will actually shake at idle periodically, and it really lets you know that you're in a fast car and you better be careful. So that just really adds to the character of this car, and I absolutely love it. If I had the money, if I just won millions of dollars, and this would be probably the first car I would buy. It's just so unique, so bespoke, and it's just so cool. But enough of me going on about how much I love this car. Let's start on the features of the interior with the steering wheel. So we have perforated leather on the side, pretty much where you're going to grip. We have grip bolsters over here and even down here where the steering wheel gets really thick. We have the Trackhawk badging over here, some stitching all the way around the airbag cover with the Jeep emblem. We have some controls up here for the digital display in the center right there. We have our Bluetooth controls with voice commands, our adaptive cruise control, so you can set the distance between the car in front of you right over here. It's these two buttons right here, and then your normal cruise controls are over there. We also have buttons on the back of the steering wheel that change your radio stations on this side, and then on the right side it'll control your audio volume. So up and down, it's just a little, see if I can show you, it's a little rocker right there. You just go up and down for the audio. And the center button will change your source, and the center button on that side, on the left side, will just change your different radio stations. We also have shift paddles on the steering wheel that are mounted to the steering wheel. They're right up here, mounted kind of high just because of the audio controls, so just make sure you don't miss it. But it feels like a really premium metal finish. I don't know if it quite is, but it just feels really nice, and that's all that should matter. Over here we have a combination stalk, so this controls your high beams, your turn signals, as well as your front and rear wipers. And over here we can just get a better view of the engine start stop button, which is red for the Trackhawk. So up here we have a combination of analog and digital gauges. So our analog gauges are right over here. Our speedometer goes all the way up to 200 miles an hour. And then over here, also analog, is your temperature and your fuel gauge. The LCD portion is right up here, and it's very, very multifunctional. So much stuff, in fact, that we're going to have to abbreviate it a little bit. So this is pretty much a default screen where it brings up your digital speedometer, but we can use these 4 buttons and the OK to change our different menus. So we can go back and forth between if we want a small digital speedometer or a large one. We can scroll down to a bunch of vehicle information. I'm just going to go quickly. You have all kinds of stuff. Intake air, real-time engine torque, real-time engine power. So if we see that, it's really cool, and it also sounds really cool, as you can imagine. Air to fuel ratio, which is pretty cool. Boost pressure. So again, you can see it shows your vacuum and boost, which is pretty awesome, and the coolant temperature. So very in-depth with that system there. So we have a bunch of timers, reaction time, all that really cool stuff. So we have a 0 to 60 timer, 0 to 100 timer, reaction time, 1/8 mile time, 1/4 mile time, which is so awesome. Braking distance, G-force meter. This is just so cool. Lap timers, lap histories, and at top speed you can see that the guys at Crowley need to work on that, but this is just so in-depth, it's crazy. We have driver assistance settings, so it'll display what settings are active right now. Fuel economy screen, no one really cares about that, so let's just skip to the trip. We have trip A and trip B. We have our media settings. Have any messages or reminders. We can set up our screen however we like. We have diagnostics. And it pretty much cycles back to the digital speedometer. Really cool. Really, really cool stuff. As you can see, we got the sold sign right up there, so definitely really lucky to get to check this car out. As you can see, the defroster spans the whole windshield. In some cars it's just a very small portion, but this one spans the whole windshield, which is pretty cool. We have a completely leather wrapped dashboard with some stitching. Looks like we have a tweeter speaker up there. Taking a look down here, we have the typical 8.4-inch touchscreen. We have one thing I really wanted to show you is the screen is pretty much similar to just any Grand Cherokee. It has a pretty cool background with a track and the apex over there. But what I really wanted to show you was the first, the driving modes. You can set all of these different things to different modes, which is really cool. So you can set steering to a more crazy setting there. So as we can see, street is the more normal setting. We have sport and track on most of them. Going back, we have our performance pages over there, and we also have, let's see here, more of our performance pages, which is really what I wanted to get into with you. This is obviously different than what a normal Grand Cherokee has. So just a whole host of different stuff here. So we have just a basic home, which gives you 4 different widgets. You can add and replace different things. G-force meter over here. Our engine. So this is really cool. See, that is really awesome. Your dyno, which is really, really cool. So if we rev a little bit, it'll show you how much power and torque is going through the engine at what RPM, in case you didn't know what a dyno is. That's just really cool to me that it has an in-house dyno, which is just awesome. So back to home, let's see here. Let's go back to the track apps. There are a few more things that I wanted to point out. This does take a little bit long to load, but it's quite a big application to have a dynamometer in your car. That's pretty insane, so just got to give it some time. We have some settings over here just to set different widgets, just to X out there. Just some other apps. We have just audio settings, just quick bring up your backup camera, heated steering wheel, all that good stuff. We can bring up our navigation. Just quick shortcuts at the bottom for our radio, our media, our climate, fan speed at the bottom. Then you can control your heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel throughout there, where you want the air to blow, and then your individual temperatures. You could sync them. You have your front and rear defrosters up there, AC, all that good stuff. Obviously your apps, and then your controls. So you could, your heated seats have 2 settings, your ventilated seats have 2 settings, heated steering wheel has 1 setting. Quick pick up your backup camera, and then you have some settings quick. Your navigation is right over here. You could put your destination in. We could set a home and a workplace, and then this is our map. We could zoom in and out. Just kind of wanted to go through this screen quickly. And we also have our phone screen. Obviously your phone is not paired, but once you pair a phone, your contacts and everything will sync over. You can start making calls, all that good stuff. So we have some combination of media, buttons and knobs, and then also some climate controls. So we have our volume knob over here, just a quick mute button, our hazards. We can turn the screen right off. And then a tune knob. We have our physical fan speed right over there, our physical temperatures, AC, recycling, front and rear defrost, all that good stuff. We have our we can turn off our parking sensors right over here and over there. We can also turn off our lane keeping assist. We can turn eco mode on, uniquely enough in this car. And we can also turn our traction control off. We have a little storage console in here with some connections. You can make those out. We also have some nice metal work down here with a couple of cup holders. And here is the gear selector for the beefed up 8-speed automatic transmission. Pretty nice gear selector with the perforations at the top and the silver accents and just stitching over here. Pretty much normal gear selector for a Grand Cherokee other than that. So you can pick it up into reverse. We have the backup camera with the trailer hitch lineup, which is nice. We have neutral, drive, and then our quick sport mode with the manual shifting. You can go up and down like that. Or you can just use the paddle shifters. That would be my choice. And down here, I'm going to turn the screen on. We have some really cool modes. We actually have a launch control mode. As you can see, it's got the Christmas tree, so the drag racing lights. That's what you call them, the Christmas tree, for the launch control. We have 5 different modes: an automatic mode, a snow mode, a towing mode. We also have sport and track mode. So I'm going to go through all those modes again because you get a pretty cool little animation. So that's track mode. We have sport mode, automatic, snow, and tow mode. And I just wanted to switch it back to track for a minute. As you can see, track mode turns off the traction control, which is pretty cool. So nice leather wrapped center console, lifted up pretty much the same as a normal Grand Cherokee. You have a 12-volt connection in there. I have pretty much a standard mirror up here with auto dimming, some emergency controls, a sunglass container. We also have some lighting up here. You can also turn just the tap lights on. I have a really nice suede headliner all the way around. Really nice and soft too. We also have a trunk opener right there, and we also have the 1, 2, 3 for your garage door openers. And then we have controls for your sunshade over here and your sunroof. So as you saw, it was open a little bit earlier. We're going to open it again. And I'm not going to open the sunroof for you because it just takes time. It'll actually open up just so that the front portion is open, then you could tap it again. You'll get the full effect. So we obviously have the vent, which will tip the sunroof up just to get a little vent. Then we can also slide the sunroof all the way back. So nice to see that the sunshade blocks 100% of the light. What we're going to do now is we're going to grab the key so we don't lock ourselves out. Stick those in my pocket real quick, and we're going to adjust the driver's seat to a suitable and comfortable position for my 5'10" self. So where I would be comfortable at driving. We're going to check out and see how much room we have in the back seats really quick. Now just stepping out, just take a listen to this exhaust at an idle. Wow, huh? But we'll step into the back and we'll check out everything back here. So everything leather wrapped on the rear door too, so they didn't skimp out with the Laguna leather as expected. All really nice soft leather everywhere you touch pretty much, besides the speaker grills. We have perforated leather over here, your carbon fiber, chrome accents, the window switch, the whole 9 yards. So the back seats do fold down, and they kind of just flip down like so with the pull of that handle. We also have a better view of the red seat belts, which is an option, which is really cool. So sitting back here, you have a really nice upright position like in all Grand Cherokees. It looks like you're sitting above the driver just a little bit, which is pretty cool. Gives you a nice commanding view. On the back of this seat, we have a map pocket, some grocery bag hangers. We have some ventilation back here for both the more body and then also for your feet. We have 2-stage heated rear seats for the driver and passenger side. We have 2 USB chargers and a household outlet back here, so that's more than I would ever need in a backseat of a car. Pretty small drivetrain hump, not too bad back here. We also have the armrest, folds down quick with a couple of cup holders. We have grab handles, as you can see, to get inside. Some quick LED tap lights and some coat hooks. You can see that the panoramic sunroof continues very nicely back here, just to about my head, so it's very large. But next, let's go ahead and check out the passengers. The front passengers part of the interior. So actually, now that we're in the sun, you can really see the pearl coat and a little bit of metallic work in the paint. And it's a really nice bright red. Perfect color for this car. Hopping into passenger side really doesn't need much introduction. Obviously, the whole door is leather wrapped with carbon fiber and accents and all that good stuff. A couple of speakers. And the same sill plates and same power adjustments for the passenger seat. Take a look at the bolsters on the side. That'll definitely keep you in when you're going around the track. But you have a nice piece of carbon fiber over here to look at. You have even some pretty cool accents on the glove box at least, which is awesome. It is lockable and felt lined, and you have a little bit of storage in there. Not too bad. Really nice place to sit here on the passenger side, but right here is where I would want to be. Now we are going to pop the hatch, and it does have a full power hatch, but I left it running on purpose so that you could hear the burble. You might not even be able to hear me, but that's alright. The exhaust note is what's important right now. So we're going to open the full power hatch by just double tapping the trunk button. It'll open right on up for you. So we do have a cargo cover over here, which we can extend, and it'll cover the cargo. Extend right to here. We have some grocery bag hangers over here. Our trunk closer is right there. We have some cubbies over there, some cargo tie downs. Looks like a larger subwoofer, 12 volt power outlet. Then we also have some protectors over here. And our optional spare tire and toolkit and whatnot is back there. And we'll close down the trunk. It'll beep at you to get out of the way. And it'll close right on down. Let's just hear that burble on the exhaust one more time. So, opening a lid to the very large 24.6 gallon fuel tank. We have a capless fuel filler, and we're going to need that very large fuel tank because according to the EPA, you're going to be getting right around 11 miles per gallon in the city and 17 on the highway. Very nice. So to wrap up this very unique video, very special video, I hope you guys have enjoyed. And I hope you stay with us for future in-depth reviews on NNT Auto Reviews.